So let me finish up my thoughts about this kitchen area. We're going to move in with this kitchen still like this. We can still install the flooring and stuff, and that's what we're going to end up doing. We're going to install the vinyl flooring here. We're going to install the carpet up there. I'm going to get the rest of the painting done and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to live with this kitchen the way it is. It's fine. It works. And in the meanwhile, she's going to make Mommy's going to make final arrangements with the person who's going to order the cabinetry for us, and that's going to take 8 weeks from the time that she talks to her, and then she'll probably hem-haw around and add this or that, or finalize the color of the countertops, the backsplash, the sink size, sink color, the appliances, all that kind of stuff, the finish on the cabinets and all that. By the time they do that and come up with an agreement, sign the contract, it's probably going to be 9 weeks from now before these cabinets, or even the new cabinets that she decides, are going to be in stock. Okay, then it'll be another week after that, probably, before anybody comes out. Okay, and during that week, or a week and a half, whatever, that gives me a week and a half to go ahead and demo this. And I'll make videos of that too, don't worry. I'll demo all this stuff, remove everything, have it all ready, so that when they come in, all they're going to have to do is start installing their cabinets and all that kind of stuff. Install the cabinets, and then while they're here, obviously we're not going to have a kitchen. We'll have to figure something else out after that. But we can still walk through here and go upstairs. You know, we'll probably have to put the refrigerator somewhere else. Maybe we'll stick it out in the garage, or you know, the dishwasher has, or the refrigerator has wheels, and this is going to already have the new flooring down, right? So I can wheel that out. I can put the dishwasher over here. I keep calling it a dishwasher. The refrigerator, I can put the refrigerator over here. In fact, speaking of the dishwasher and the range, I can slide those out, and I'll probably have to put cardboard under them, or those little foot pads, you know, that you can raise up and then slide on the floor. And then I can slide that out of the way. I can put that over here up against this wall, can't I? We're not gonna order our furniture or anything for this room until the kitchen gets done. We can watch TV and stuff upstairs. No biggie. We don't need a couch here. Even if we did have a couch and a TV stand and all that kind of stuff, we could have that here if we wanted. Then I would have to put Visqueen up along this ceiling, on down, across, so that the dust didn't get down in there of taking this countertop off, because this is tile 12-inch squares, and then this is glued down with thin set, and you got the grout, you got probably a concrete layer underneath here. That's going to be kind of messy and dusty, right? But I can slide the stove out of the way on my own. I can move the refrigerator on my own. I can move the old dishwasher on my own, right? Slide them over there. Then when the new stuff comes in, hey, here's the old dishwasher. You need to take that with you. Here's the stove. You need to take that with you. Whatever. And same thing with the microwave. You know, because we're getting all new stuff. And so, yeah, we're going to do this whole thing. We're going to move in here, and 3 months later, we're going to tear it up again. That's just how the schedule goes, because, you know, you have to work with different people's schedules, and if you're going to be replacing your cabinets, that's what you have to do. Now, here's another thought we could have done. I threw this out to Mommy, but she didn't really go for it. You could repaint these. Repaint these a nice gray color, or whatever color you want. Just the doors, okay? The door and the back side of the door and the face frame. Just the face frame, okay? This front edge of the face frame. You could leave all the inside of these cabinets alone if you wanted, and put different knobs on if you wanted, different handles, use that as the bottom one, and then drill another hole. If you wanted, you could do that and save lots of money. And then just maybe you're just going to replace the the stove because it's got some marks on it and one of the burners is broken and the handle's broken, and you really don't like that because it's up in where your backsplash is going to be, replace it. Just replace that. And maybe you want to save these counters. You could do that. You give this whole area a facelift just by painting the cabinets and changing the knobs and maybe changing the faucet. If it's just like this one's got to be replaced anyways because it's broken. Okay, and use the same sink, or you could take the sink out and replace the sink. For an additional upgrade, maybe all you want to do is you want to save time. You also want to save money. Just paint the doors and the door frames, like I was saying. And if you don't feel comfortable enough to do it on your own, get a painter to come out here and do it. They'll give you a nice surface, and it'll be good. And they'll use their sprayer, and they can mask off everything, and your cabinets will look good as brand new. Okay, you could do that. Another thing you could do is you could rip out the counters. These are tile countertops. These are tiles. You can see the lines, the grout lines, 12 by 12 tiles, black. Maybe your decor, you want to upgrade, or you want a different color. Okay, so you pick out some Corian, or you pick out a quartz countertop or a granite countertop, and then you take the backsplash out. Just this one tile. Okay. And you decide you're going to put a different color tile here. Maybe it's only going to go up the same amount or just a hair higher. You could do that. Or you decide you're going to do a backsplash all the way up with a different type of stove here and a different cutout and one that comes over this edge with the new stove. Your kitchen's going to look upgraded. You're going to have a new sink, obviously, because you're going to have a new countertop. And most of the time, they suggest putting the sinks under the counter. Have whoever's installing the counter, they'll install your sink. You get your sink and tell them, okay, we want you to install that, or they get somebody else to install it or whatever. And it's a type of sink that fits under the counter, and they curve out your granite or your quartz top or whatever it is. And man, that would be a nice upgrade, wouldn't it? You think, oh, my dishwasher's still good, my refrigerator is still good, the cabinets are still good. You know, upgrade just like that. And you won't have the additional aggro and the additional cost of ripping out your cabinets and installing new cabinets. That's a big cost right there. And the appliances, okay? And another thing she didn't like on these cabinets, they weren't the self-closing hinges. Sometimes on cabinets, depending, you might be able to order self-closing hinges, and they might fit in the same little pocket and area where they're at. There's different styles of hinges. You'd have to take one hinge off, take it to the hardware store and ask them. Also on the drawers, maybe you can get different hardware to make these self-closing drawers. These aren't, but maybe that's all that you were mainly concerned about, okay? And you're okay with the configuration of your cabinets and all that kind of stuff. Or if you don't like the cabinet fronts, but everything else is fine, just replace the doors. Maybe you got crappy doors and they're all checked and marked and scratched up. Maybe you just install new doors. Get someone out, a cabinet company who specializes, or take one of your cabinet doors down, take it to your local hardware store that does kitchens and cabinetry and all that kind of stuff, and ask them, hey, can you get us some new doors? We don't like these doors. I don't know. I mean, there's just different things you can do. Think about all those kind of things before you spend an arm and a leg and rip up your entire kitchen. Well, I think I've given you quite a bit to chew on upgrading your little condo kitchen. One more thing about your vinyl laminate or vinyl planking flooring that we're going to be installing, or if you're installing a wood flooring like this is oak strips, 3/8 thick, tongue and groove, or if you're figuring on installing vinyl 5/16 planking, or if you're figuring out installing laminate, flooring, anything like that. Let's say I've just been talking about how to install the quarter round trim over the top of your baseboard. Now this is if you have existing baseboards, okay? But it's also, most people, like if there was no baseboard in here at all, if this was a brand new place with no baseboard, nothing, okay? The flooring would go in first. Then the baseboard goes in over the top of the flooring. But then you're never going to get tall baseboard perfectly tight down to the floor if you have any dips in your floor, if you have any humps in your floor, and if your baseboard is even taller than this is about 4.5 inch. They have baseboards all the way up to almost 6 inches tall. Now, if you put that over any sort of hardwood, any sort of hard flooring surface, linoleum even, tile floors, travertine, anything, okay? And you decide, I'm going to put the baseboard on top of that. And let's say you don't like the looks of the quarter round trim that's installed over the baseboard. Let's just imagine there being baseboard on the side of this cabinet or on the toe kick, okay? And then you put this trim. This is called quarter round. It's half of a round circle. That's why they call it quarter round. See how it looks right there? If you don't like that look, and this is baseboard, okay? You have that quarter round at the bottom of that. Most houses, even brand new houses nowadays, they do that. They do it everywhere. But if you don't like that look, what could you do? Well, I guess if you were really good at caulking, or your painter, or whoever's installing the baseboards, okay? Let's say they're painting the baseboards white, just like the white caulking, you know, bright white. And you got a gap down there, okay? They could go around and caulk your baseboards. You know, if they would pre-finish painting their baseboard first, okay? Then you could take your white caulking and you can give yourself a nice bead all around your baseboards at the bottom, and just a small bead, really nice. Painters know how to do it. You can do it. I've shown you how to caulk a bathtub before. It's the same type of way. I get the caulking in there, I get a small line, I start wiping it off. If I get any excess, I wipe that off on a wet sponge or something. Then I take a wet finger and I keep wiping, and I keep wiping, and I keep wiping. And that will wipe off any excess that you have on your flooring. And you'd have a nice white caulking bit at the bottom. You could do that around your door casings. If any door casings weren't cut perfectly tight to the floor of your new vinyl planking that you paid thousands of dollars for, and the installers didn't install the door casings down tight to it, or they didn't install the door jamb perfectly tight to the bottom, let's say, you can caulk that too. Now mind you, lots of times the doors and the casings will be installed first, and then whoever installs your flooring, if it's 5/16, if it's 3/8, if it's 3/4 inch, they have a special electric saw that cuts sideways, and they set it and they cut off the bottom of your trim and your door casings, and then they slip their vinyl flooring in and around that, or your planking or whatever, and usually they do a really good job. But if you have gaps, you can caulk that if you don't like the looks of the quarter round. Okay, in my case, I can't do that unless I were to take all the baseboard off and then wait until they installed their flooring, reinstalled the same baseboard if I could, or throw it away, get some new stuff. Then I'm starting from scratch, putting it on, caulking it, painting it, nailing it, cutting it, installing it, trimming it, fitting it, all that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? I still have to do all that with the quarter round, but at least I don't have to do that with the base. Usually on existing baseboard, you don't necessarily do that, you know? It's a lot more work and more expensive, and more than likely, you're gonna put the cord around after the fact anyways, depending. Okay, so there's a few options for you when you're deciding to install plank flooring.